What is up, YouTube? This is DBZ439 coming at you with another deck profile, and this time it's Zoodiac with the Dragoon package. I really like this deck for this format. It's pretty budget. It's pretty beginner friendly, to be honest. Like if it's a deck that you want to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh, there's pretty much one combo. Once you get it down, it's pretty straightforward. This deck can go first or second, but you primarily just want to go first. Um, Turn one, you're trying to either go Megaclops or Dragoons, set up some back row, some hand traps, and pass. And going second, you just try to suffocate your opponent by playing all your hand traps, and then you can proceed to go Megaclops, revive, equip, and do all those shenanigans. But for the most part, this deck is pretty consistent. It kind of plays like Salad, where it's just a lot of hand traps and like a sub engine and Zoodiac. But without any further ado, let's start the deck profile, starting with the main deck. So first off, you have the one Ratpier. Basically, on summon, or Zoodiacs in general, they're one card XZs, which made them really good for their time. Right now, like they lost Broad Bull, and they have one Drident, one Barrage, and one Ratpier, so they're not as good as they used to be. But this card basically is a Foolish Burial, and then when you stack a Zoodiac XZ's monster on top of it, it gets the ability to special from deck, so that's also pretty helpful. Basically, this is one card combo. Essentially, like just to break down the combo, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get Ramram Engrave, stack into Chakanine. Chakanine revives the Ramram, and then you stack up into Drident. Drident will pop the Ramram, and when you pop the Ramram, make sure you detach the Chakanine. So you pop the Ramram, and then Chakanine will be grave, and then Ramram effect will trigger to revive the Chakanine. So right now your board is Chakanine and Drident, and then you stack up the Drident into Tigermortar. And then Tigermortar, what it'll do is you're going to detach the Drident in particular to reload your Chakanine, and then Chakanine is going to try to revive, like detach its cost, so you detach the Drident from the Chakanine, and then you target the Drident itself, but you'll have like a Ramram Engrave, so Chakanine's effect will be live. So then at that point, you're just going to have a Drident, a Chakanine, and a Mortar, and then you're going to make Megaclops. But if at some point you can't get Ramram into the grave, like with Ratpier, and if you open something like a one card like Thoroughblade or Whiptail or a Ramram itself, it won't get Ramram Engraved, but you can still at least Predaplant combo. So that's basically the generic combo. Now we have Thoroughblade. If it's material, the XZ monster can pierce, but on summon it can pitch a Zoodiac card and draw, so it digs through your deck. Whiptail is really good. This is probably the one, maybe besides Ratpier, this is probably the one that you want to have as material. It can quick attach, and then the monster that it battles with gets banished at the end of the damage step, so that's really good. It's good for bypassing like effects that trigger engrave, like BAs for example. And then the one Ramram, so if this card gets popped, you can special summon a Zoodiac from grave, so you usually pop it with your own Drident. And then if it's attached, it protects that equipped that XZ's monster is under from targeting by trap effects, so like Imperm for example. So you can detach it, but it comes up sometimes. So that's only 10 Zoodiac monsters, but the deck is consistent because you run the one Barrage and triple Tenki, but we'll get to the spells a little bit later. To round out the monsters, we have multiple hand traps, so obviously we have to run the triple Ash, arguably the best hand trap this format. So, triple Ash, and then triple Effect Veiler, because Verte Anaconda is such a problematic card this format. You can hit Alistair in the Evoker, it can hit Ecclesia, so just so much versatility in Veiler. And then maybe the best hand trap this format in particular is triple Gamma, and obviously the one Driver. This card just ends turns by itself, because what it does is, like, especially on Link monsters, like say you Veiler, they still have the body to go into like Needle Fiber or Link Cross, so you want to get rid of the body, and then obviously negating, like even on your turn, like if you try to activate like Tenki and they try to drill you on resolution, you can Gamma them, and then you can go into Omega, so that's really cool. And then last of the bricks, you get the one Dark Magician and one Red Eyes Black Dragon. Obviously we're running Dragoon's Zoodiac, so you have to run these, but so because I run so many bricks, I'm running 3 Avarice, but not 3 Desires. If you can't afford, or you just don't like the Dragoons package, I recommend playing Desires instead of the Dark Magician, the Red Eyes, and the Red Eyes Fusion. you can easily replace those for desires, and the deck will be the same. You'd probably have to take out the Gamma package, honestly, but you can put in like 3 other hand traps like Ogre, DD Crow, Nibiru, anything that floats your boat. But so that's the one caveat of not running desires is like I mean, you lose consistency, but the deck is pretty consistent. But you can't run your one-ofs like your bricks. So, and the deck is pretty consistent. So I think triple Avarice isn't enough. And then for, again, consistency, triple Tenki, Rota for the deck, and then the 1 Barrage because it's at 1. And then rounding off the spells, obviously the 1 Red Eyes Fusion. Okay, so that's it for the monsters and the spells. Let's quick on to the traps. There's 10. It should be 8 spells and then 22 monsters. So traps. Run the Solemn Brigade. Again, this is a going first build, so you want to ideally open some of your back rows. So triple Solemn Judgment is really nice. Triple Solemn Strike. Again, Solemn Brigade. No warning, but these 6 should be enough. And then more hand traps is triple Imperm. So ideally, you have essentially 12 hand traps in Imperm, Ash, Gamma, and Valor. So ideally, your opponent shouldn't be able to establish board if you do go second. But if you go first, your hand traps are just, more negations on your opponent's turn when you pass. And even if you open Gamma, if you end on Dragoons, you can still pitch the Gamma for Dragoon's effect. And the last trap is Zoodiac Combo. On the field, it's not really that good. Like, it can attach material, but mainly what you want to do is you want to pitch it off of Thoroughblade, and then use its Pot of Avarice effect to recycle your entire extra deck. So that's really cool. So that's it for the main deck. Let's get on to the side deck real quick. You have triple Nibiru. Again, it's a combo heavy format, so you want to see this against Dragon Link. You want to see this against Infernobles. Again, for combo base decks, Dark Ruler No More, just being able to stop their board, going second, and then if you can go Dragoons and then just pop their fields, it's really good. Triple Lightning Storm, mostly for the back row decks. You just pop back row, like Ultra Guys, for example. And then for more back row decks, triple Cosmic Cyclone. This is mostly for Eldritch, so you banish their traps, and then they can't recur advantage. So that's Cosmic Cyclone. And then triple Evenly Match. Still, again, really good, in my opinion, really good side option, like against Dogmatica, for example, because they don't really run Omni Negates. I mean, they do run Macabre, but usually they don't have the trap card in hand to negate the Evenly Match, so that's really good. So that's it for the side deck. Let's quickly get onto the extra deck. Obviously, the 1 Drident, the card just is just interruption on your opponent's turn, and it triggers a Ramram, so that's really good. And then if you end on Megaclops, you can always, steal opponent's monster, put this under, and then you can keep popping. And then obviously you run the Avarice, you run the Zoodiac Combo. Just always, even if you have the 1, you can always recycle it. Triple Chakanine, this is the only Zoodiac XZs that I run at max because it's the monster you're born for the deck, and it just enables you to swarm field. So that's really important. And being able to abuse this card twice per turn using Tigermortar. So again, Zoodiac Drident pops, Chakanine revives from grave, and Mortar reloads or reattaches material to other Zoodiac XZs. So again, you want to revive this off of Ramram and then use Mortar to attach this, and then use this effect one more time to get your last XZ on field. So that's pretty much essentially the combo. And then Boarbow, it's just really more names under because you can stack up, and you just need more names to stack up with. So Boarbow is one you stack up with, and then Hammerkong is the other one. So the Zoodiac package comes out to 10 Xyz monsters, and the last Xyz monsters we run is Dweller for those Graveyard Reliant decks. It is technically a rank 4 spam deck, so you can make this turn 1, but it really depends, because your other really better turn 1 options is the 1 Megaclops. Just so a lot of decks can't deal with it because they don't really rely on the XZ mechanic. So 1 Megaclops, and then obviously your other main win con, if it's not Megaclops, it's definitely Dragoons. And the deck, before Dragoons, sometimes you couldn't end on Megaclops, right? Because you need to have the Ramram engrave. But if you don't have Ramram engrave, it's fine. If you just open 1 Zoodiac card, you can still just go Chakanine and then revive, and then you just have the link to right there. So that's really good. And then the last card to round off the extra deck is the 1 Omega, because you do run the Gamma package, and the Gamma package, you can go into Omega and then rip a card, and then, like, you know, recur advantage, like that. Banish. You can get information from your opponent by ripping a card, basically. Okay, so that is it for the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any comments, suggestions, tips, anything like that, please leave it down in the comment section below. We really love to hear your guys' comments. If you really like this video or other videos on the channel, please consider subscribing, liking the video, and have a nice day.